Hairspray. Upon first seeing the posters advertising the upcoming musical adventure based on John Waters' cult hit, I was bored, to be honest. It looked like the kind of movie that, if I went to it, I would spend most of my time overanalyzing everything and not having a good time at all. Then it began to get rave reviews, and it's at a solid 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, which really intrigued me. I realized Zac Efron, the heartthrob from the Disney Channel smash High School Musical, played a main character, and as I believe he demonstrated real acting potential in that movie, I was even more intrigued. The trailers began to look like a lot of fun. I went to see it on Monday, and it ended up being a rollicking, fun, bubbly romp with no strings attached, dance-delicious from beginning to end, with perfectly cast, perfectly campy, and perfectly enjoyable. Tracy Turnblad, played with exuberant energy by newcomer Nikki Blonsky, is an overweight teenager who loves to dance and sing in Baltimore in 1962, but whose aspirations are consistently looked down upon by her mother, Edna Turnblad, played by none other than John Travolta. I wasn't sure what to expect with this casting choice. Would it be nothing more than a silly gimmick? No, surprisingly enough. Travolta is wonderfully endearing as Edna, and not once does she come off as disgusting or unlikable. Move along with the plot. Tracy gets cast on an American Bandstand lookalike, The Corny Collins Show, much to the chagrin of Velma Von Tussle, who would have the show consist of nothing more than perfect-looking boys and girls, all of whom would preferably be under 170 pounds. She is played by the villainous vixen Michelle Pfeiffer, who hits every note, both literally and figuratively, expertly, stealing every scene she's in, and relishing every snotty flip of her hair and snide comment with gusto. She absolutely abhors the idea of integration. To her, even once a month Negro Day is too much. It's all about the white preppy kids. Unfortunately for her, Tracy is dead set on integration after she makes friends with the detention class, made up mostly of fun-loving, dancing black kids, led by their ringleader Elijah Kelly, who starred in Stomp the Yard and styles his ultra-cool dance moves perfectly to fit this film. If you haven't yet figured it out, casting is probably the strongest point of this movie. Aside from the stellars already mentioned, several other expertly chosen stars shine. Zac Efron as the guy the girls go gaga for, Link Larkin, takes a clear step up from being his Disney Channel role and shows even further great potential as an actor. Christopher Walken as John Travolta's semi-clueless husband is subdued and just Christopher Walken-y enough for us to enjoy. James Marsden as Corny Collins dazzled with his effortless wide smile and corny, pun intended, attitude throughout the whole film. Queen Latifah brings charisma, respect, and attitude to her role of Motormouth Maybelle, the head of Negro Day. Nikki Blonsky, the newcomer of the bunch, is a perfect choice and blends in wonderfully with the rest of the cast and shares great chemistry with Zac Efron. Her voice is amazing too, and brings me to the second best thing about this film, the music. From the rousing opening number, Good Morning Baltimore, to the dancey, flashy, fun finale, You Can't Stop the Beat, Hairspray is first and foremost a movie that will make you want to get up out of your seat and dance in the aisles, singing along with the terrific cast. Each song is a show-stopping, fever-inducing thrill ride that the entire cast puts all their hearts into. The music is a perfect choice for the 60s era, with just a touch of late 50s fun. Several standout musical numbers alone make the entire movie worth the price of admission. Good Morning Baltimore opens the whole thing on a wonderfully high note. I Can Hear the Bells is deliciously funny. Welcome to the 60s is a great number featuring both Travolta and Blonsky. You're Timeless to Me is a sweet romantic love song that's refreshing a break from all the loud dance numbers, and You Can't Stop the Beat closes off everything with a loud bang that is an excellent end to a great film. Every song is hip, fun, groovy, and easy to bob your head and tap your feet to. You may even find yourself humming along, or, as I did, unsuccessfully attempting to guess the lyrics as it went along. All this being said, however, Hairspray's near-fatal flaw is that eventually all the songs begin to sound alike. As I left the theater, there were only two songs that stuck in my mind, Good Morning Baltimore and You're Timeless to Me, both undoubtedly the best songs in the movie. Good Morning Baltimore probably stuck in my head because the whole theme began with it, but it's also a sensationally amazing opening song with great camera work and acting as Tracy strolls to the bus stop on her way to school. Your Timeless to Me stuck in my head because it's a delightfully sweet love ballad that is brutally frank and honest about what real love is. It's not some blind ignorance of your loved one's faults and foibles, but a brutal acknowledgement of them and a love that looks past all that and to what really matters. Christopher Walken and John Travolta are also not creepy in any way, which is a remarkable accomplishment considering that Travolta is basically a man dressed in drag. It's a beautiful song and the highlight of the movie. And though the rest of the songs are completely fun, they do blend together. It's Hairspray, The Nicest Kids in Town, Lady's Choice, and Run and Tell That could almost be different parts of the same song. Big, Blonde, and Beautiful and I Know Where I've Been sound very similar. I could almost be fooled into thinking they were the same song. Without Love is a great song in the moment and sweet at its heart, but forgettable if you don't try to think about it once you leave the theater. Hairspray other flaw is the black and white characters. Again, pardon the pun. Geez, what's wrong with me? Everybody's divided along completely equal lines with no room for bleed over. Those who are good are squeaky clean, and those who are bad ooze evil intentions. Obviously, I'm not expecting anything of some grand drama caliber. This is called a fun romp for a good reason. Demands of multi-dimensional characters don't weigh on it as much. But all the good guys are so unquestionably good, and all the bad guys are so unquestionably bad that there were times that somebody found it kind of boring. Another thing that annoyed me was the mom of one of the main characters, who was portrayed as this evil, brimstone-preaching Cruella de Vil of sorts, and in the end she isn't really important at all, and no redemption of her character happens. She was just given an unceremonious end. At least Michelle Pfeiffer's character had a good ending and wasn't tossed aside for the sake of a better dance scene. Quibbles and squabbles and problems may come and go, but at the end of the day, I just found this movie incredibly fun. I don't think I've had this much sheer, uninhibited fun with movies all summer. Sure, I've been awed by the special effects of Transformers, I've been stunned by Sunshine Spectacle, I've been entranced with Ratatouille's story, but no movie has made me just want to get up and dance more. If you ever want to just have a plain fun musical evening, Hairspray will satisfy that need like no other. It's fun, harmless, exhilarating, endearing, sweet eye, ear, and foot candy that'll have you tip-tappity-tapping your feet, swingity-swinging your hips, and hip-hop-hippodying all the way home. I give Hairspray an 8 out of 10.